Meanwhile, the Ukrainian defense forces have employed long-range sanctions. Overnight, Flamingo missiles struck the Progress Center in Samara, Russia. The strike was confirmed by the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. He emphasized that Progress is one of the key enterprises in the Russian rocket and space industry where electronics are manufactured. The plant is located approximately 900 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. Occupied Ukrainian land does not become Russian. This is how the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine commented on the plans of the Russian FSB to eliminate border zones between the Russian Federation and the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine. The agency noted that occupation does not create sovereignty, and an attempted annexation cannot change internationally recognized borders.
The Russian agency can move control points, rewrite its own documents, and redraw maps as much as it wants. That does not make occupied Ukrainian land Russian. The internationally recognized state border of Ukraine does not shift by even a meter. No law, decree, or departmental order of the Russian Federation is capable of changing the legal status of Ukrainian territories. Occupation does not create sovereignty, and an attempt at annexation does not generate territorial rights. The Russian Federation remains an occupying state and an aggressor state, regardless of how it defines the status of occupied territories in its own legislation, from a statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine.
233 combat engagements were recorded on the front over the past day. According to the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the situation remains tense in the Kostiantynivka and Pokrovsk directions. There, the Ukrainian military halted 34 and 29 Russian attacks, respectively. Another 23 assaults by the Russian Federation Army were repelled on the Slavyansk bridgehead. And furthermore, 12 attacks were recorded in the South Slobozhanske sector and 7 in the Huliaipol sector. Also, according to military expert Serhiy Bratchuk, the Russian army is suffering losses and retreating in some sections of the front.
The Donetsk front remains the most active. Activity is slightly lower there on the Zaporizhia front. You see, the enemy is trying to escalate on other vectors of the Russian-Ukrainian war as well. The Russians are suffering very heavy losses. They continue to lose their soldiers. In other words, everything that managed to infiltrate directly into the settlement itself today does not mean that this settlement and these locations where the Russians are, excuse the tautology, under their control. We have very effective weapons. These are counterattacking actions, which were carried out today by the defense forces in those listed sectors of the front. I will not specify. We managed to push the enemy back from some positions and, again, inflict huge losses.
1,370 Russian occupiers were eliminated by the defense forces of Ukraine over the past day. Thus, according to the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, the army of the Russian Federation has already lost more than 1,465,000 soldiers. Also, the day before, Ukrainian defenders destroyed 5 Russian tanks, 3 armored combat vehicles, 62 artillery systems, 2 MLRS, 3 air defense systems, and 526 units of enemy automotive equipment. Interceptor drones defending the Ukrainian sky. Russian troops attack peaceful cities daily with various types of strike drones. Ukrainian soldiers intercept them using light and fast UAVs. For instance, one of the crews of the 40th Separate Marine Brigade managed to shoot down more than 100 Russian drones in 4 months. How are the warriors defending the Ukrainian sky? More in Daria Litovchenko's report.
Before takeoff, the crew checks all control systems and prepares for the flight. This is the Ukrainian light hover interceptor drone. Its task is to catch up with and destroy a Russian drone in the air. The interceptor's speed is up to 350 kilometers per hour. Its operational radius is 40 kilometers, and its flight altitude is up to 9. The device is equipped with daylight and thermal imaging cameras, and an automatic homing system independently locks onto the target. The pilot only controls the speed.
We work on Shaheds purely with the interceptor. We haven't used anything else. 80% of the time we take off, we destroy them.
The soldier has been serving in the armed forces of Ukraine since 2015. Russia's full-scale invasion caught him in Henichesk. Then he fought in the Zaporizhia, Donetsk, and Kherson directions. He used to serve in the infantry. Now he commands a crew of interceptor drones. Next to him is his younger brother with the call sign Waldemar. He joined the service in 2021.
When I turned 18, I wanted to join the army together with my brother.
The brothers transferred to the 40th Separate Marine Brigade together, mastered a new specialty, and now work in the same unit. One operates the interceptor, the other performs the duties of a navigator.
I work in the pilot position myself. Our communication is excellent. We work as a pair. We understand each other with half a word.
On combat duty, the crew monitors the air situation and receives intelligence about the approach of an enemy target in advance. The crew's record is 10 destroyed drones in one day. Besides Shaheds, they intercept Russian reconnaissance drones.
We work 24/7. We are on 24-hour duty all the time. We are monitoring all the time. We also observe and notice in advance that an enemy target is approaching us. We prepare in literally 2 minutes, and we are already ready for combat operations. We are just waiting for it to enter our zone to fly out and engage it.
The third member of the crew is a sapper with the call sign Tom. He joined the armed forces of Ukraine voluntarily. In the crew, Tom is responsible for preparing the interceptors. During massive attacks, while the pilot and navigator are tracking one target, he prepares the next UAV for launch.
I'm staying ahead of them. Well, I make sure they're ready for takeoff, for engaging enemy targets.
During an attack, it can be a matter of minutes. After one interceptor takes off, the next one is immediately brought out to the launch position. After the flight, the litovers are brought down in the field. If a target is not detected, the interceptor's design allows for switching the warhead to a safe mode and returning the vehicle for reuse. After all, a signal about an approaching Russian drone can come at any moment. The crew's task is to prepare in a few minutes and intercept the target before it reaches Ukrainian cities. Daria Litovchenko for Freedom TV channel.
A 3-month-old boy has died in Marhanets in the Dnipropetrovsk region. 11 more people were injured as a result of the Russian army's overnight shelling. Among the wounded are 2 children, a 5-year-old boy and a 12-year-old girl. This was reported by the Regional Military Administration. Marhanets was under drone attack. One of the drones hit a multi-story residential building. A fire broke out there. A store, a movie theater, and dozens of cars were also damaged. All emergency services continue to work at the scene. The Odessa region was also under attack once again. The enemy launched a strike on the Vilhorod-Dnistrovskaya district overnight. A shoe factory building was partially destroyed, and a cafeteria and warehouses were damaged. A fire broke out, which was extinguished by rescuers. According to preliminary data from the State Emergency Service, there are no dead or wounded. The Russian army does not stop attacking the city of Zaporizhia either. Overnight, occupation forces launched a drone strike on a shopping center and an industrial facility in the city. A fire broke out in the shopping complex. This was reported by the Regional Military Administration. No information about casualties has been received. Russian troops attacked a combine harvester that was working in a field during the harvest in the Zaporizhia district with an FPV drone. According to the Regional Military Administration, 2 men were injured. They were provided with all necessary medical assistance. 2 residents of the Poltava region were injured as a result of Russian strikes on Saturday night. This was reported by local authorities. A UAV strike was recorded in the Mirhorod district. 1 drone fell on the territory of a private residence. The roofs and windows of 2 residential houses were damaged. A Russian drone strike on an industrial facility was also recorded. The Russian Federation Army launched 152 drones of various types and banderol loitering munitions at Ukraine overnight. This was reported by the Air Force of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Ukrainian sky defenders shot down or suppressed 127 drones and 3 loitering munitions.